Okay, so I read the article linking different types of crime using geographical and temporal proximity by Tonkin et al. This article is about linking different crimes together by offenders through behavioral case linkage, which is crimes being linked together when there are similar behaviors in the crimes that are committed. This is shown through distinctive and consistent behaviors on the part of the offender, as well as through intercrime distance and temporal proximity. So it's not just going off of MO, but it's also going off of how long between crimes and the distance between crimes. They gave an example for trying to understand it. A study done by Markinson et al. Conducted in 2010, which stated that on average crimes were linked together when there was a shorter amount of time and distance between burglaries. So this is basically Terry Moffat's life course persistent offender being combined with crime pattern theory is how they're coming to this, stating that the majority of offenders that are committing these crimes are going to do it in the same type of areas close to their home. And so one thing that Markinson et al. Stated was that to help analysts was that if there was less than 2.9 kilometers or more than 2.9 kilometers in distance between the crimes committed and more than 71 days, then they probably were not connected. So anything under those, they were probably connected. However, one downside is that it doesn't necessarily pertain to all crimes. So they put the caveat for analysts to only stick to crimes that research has shown to give results on, rather than ones that haven't. Comparing this to the Chapter 9 pattern identification and finalization process. So that what is pattern identification has the three methods: the ad hoc, the weights and thresholds, and the query method, which are not like that. This one, the ad hoc is analysts using their memory, going from, say they had just entered something in today and something a week and a half ago, but they remembered it, that's the ad hoc linking and finding that pattern there. And then there's the weights and thresholds, which is a statistical method for them where they can set the weights of crimes and patterns and change characteristics and see if anything matches. And then the query method, they use critical thinking and deductive and inductive methods to search databases and link cases together with similar characteristics. And then the finalization process is identifying the pattern, getting the principal pattern, and then, identifying other key cases in the pattern and identifying additional related cases to close a case, as that's another job of analysts. So they're not the same, but they're both beneficial. So number 2, without doing further research, as the authors suggest, could crime analysts use the research of the study today to help them more effectively identify crime patterns? If so, how? Yes, they could, because using the 3 different methods, they're not the same as behavioral case linkage. So they could incorporate behavioral case linkage into the query method and the weights and threshold method to help, because they can do it with different crimes, so long as there's similar MOs that can be identified. They can link different crimes together by the same offender if it's within the same time or a short enough distance and a short enough time frame. They could easily use offender addresses and map that information out and see especially ones who are recidivists. They have information for that. Let's see. They could be utilizing geographic and temporal proximity to determine if offenders are staying within the same area. Yeah. I think that's about all I got.